What is poppin' YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, and I'm finally bringing you guys a Theif deck profile. This has been a long time coming, but this is version 1. There is a second version I'm already working on, second build that's going to do some crazy stuff. But the problem I've had with this deck is the consistency of consistently being able to put up 3 level 4 monsters. You know, so the deck is it's kind of weird because you want to see 4 level 4s, you want to see 3 level 4s, and you have special summons, but if you don't have a true special summon, they act as normal summons, so you end up with a lot of normal summons, and it's very, very weird. But I'm going to go ahead and just take you guys straight to the deck profile because there's a lot of explaining I need to do. Okay guys, here we go. Starting off the deck profile, we're going to break this up into a few different categories, and the name of the game for this deck is level 4, level 4, level 4. I've said it in previous videos, if the monster is not a true special summon, or if it's not obligatory, it needs to either be able to summon itself, or it needs to be able to produce a second level 4. Basically, just a level 4 that can special summon another level 4, if it's in the grave or whatever. Regulator is obviously the best starter. It's your best normal summon, but with all the hand traps being played, it is kind of prone to a lot of disruption, so you will have to find yourself making the decision if you want to normal summon it, if you're looking at 2 other special summons in your hand. If you're looking, basically, so, you know, if Regulator gets ashed, you're kind of stuck. You know what I mean? And the unfortunate part of Regulator is it does kind of require no other monsters to be on field. That is a very, very sad restriction. You know, that kind of makes it, kind of limits its capabilities with other special summons in the deck, you know, to kind of cover your ass. So it's like you either drop the special summons to be safe, or you just kind of just sit there and don't use the summons and leave yourself open. It really is weird. Or just don't summon it at all and just miss out on free value in case I don't have a hand trap. But Winder, it's another one of those cards where it is an extender, but it can also be a normal summon if you do not have a special summon in your hand. So if you do not have a true special summon in your hand, i.e. you don't have a way to make a rank 4, it's another normal summon, which is kind of but it does get you a card, to get you a counter trap, it's okay. Now, wrong one. The other 2-time thieves, Bezel Ship and Chrono. Again, these are special summons if you, this is a special summon and this is a special summon, but only if you have true special summons. Basically, if you are able to make a rank 4. And now we're going to go into our Raid Raptors. Strangulanius, Raider's Wing, Mimicry Lanius. A lot of you already know what this does. You banish it to add a Raid Raptor card from your deck to your hand. And Singing Lanius, if you control an Xyz, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you can only summon it by that effect once per turn. Strangulanius, if you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card. If you use that effect, you are locked into darks for the rest of the turn. And if you control any Xyz with a dark Xyz as a material, i.e. Cyber Dragon Infinity with Soul Shape Force, you can target a Raid Raptor in your grave, summon it, its effects are negated. That really doesn't matter because you will just overlay with it 10 times out of 10. And Raider's Wing, you can detach a material from a dark Xyz to special summon it. And a dark Xyz with it as a material gains immunity from targeting, which is pretty nice. You're only playing 2 Phantom Knight cards now, Boots and Shade Brigadine. The other ones, yeah, Stingrease is kind of level 4, but if you can't start, you know, the card's dead. So we're taking out more and more bricks as we continue to play. I kind of realized that you still get 2 cards regardless of all the other Phantom Knights. You still only get 1 from Rusty and 1 from either Cloak or Boots. We decided with Boots because you can search like the rank up and other things. Alright. Parallel Exceed, one of your best extenders. However, again, it's only live if you have a true special summon, i.e. a way to make a rank 4. Not too much to say there. 2 rockets, of course, is for quick launch. This 100% needs to be Rocket Tracer. I just do not own Rocket Tracer. Or not Tracer, Rocket Recharger. There we go. Recharger is the what I was looking for. Oh man. Damage Juggler, Trick Clown, and Hat Tricker. Again, all of these cards good if you are able to make a rank 4. If you have a true special summon, because this gives you Hat Tricker, which is another level 4, and this summons itself, which is another level 4. You see the little pattern here. Kage no Kage. This is live if you have a normal summon, which is your whole deck. 2 Dinotheriums. We're getting onto our true special summons now. I guess you can kind of count this as a true special summon as well, since you can normal summon any monster from your deck essentially. 2 Madolche Petting Cessors and 2 level 4 Tinnies. We wanted to diversify our true special summons because we open a combination of any of them, we can drop them all from their hand, and you're not forced to normal summon either of them. Kinda, you can, which is nice. So if you do open multiples of each of them, you can just normal summon them and it'd be fine. 2 Mothmans, not really a true special summon per se, but as you've seen, there's a lot of grave effects. You got Bezel Ships, you have, Damage Juggler, Hat Trickers, Raider's Wings, Mimicry Lanius. You got all kinds of effects that are in the grave that are just so happen to be normal summons if you do not have a special summon. So it kind of gets you there. And these tin goldfishes act as true special summons in a sense, because it gets any other normal summon out of your hand. However, where you have cards like Imperm and stuff, but if you have things like Dinotherium or Madolche Petting Cessor in your hand, you are good to go. Same with the Tinny, you just summon that first. Also, other special summons, you have Quick Launch. 3 of them. So, we're going into the spells now. We have Midbreaker Field because it protects your Regulator a lot more from like Valor, Imperm. It can still get ashed, so you gotta watch out for that. 2 Ego Boosters. You are going to find yourself summoning in the EMZ as an extra monster zone a lot because of Ego Booster now. If you can make 4 Strix and you have Ego Booster in your hand, you are good to go. One thing you do kind of have to watch out for is if you have like special summons, like let's say you have Madolche Petting Cessor or the Tinny in your hand, and you drop it and you have other normal summon or special summons. So like basically most of the time you're trying to put 3 level 4s on the board, and you can do that, but some of them force you to have 3, to put 3 on the board right away before making 4 Strix, or else you kind of forfeit your chance. Again, Kage no Kage is 1 if you have a special summon already in your hand. Things like what's it called? Kage no Kages, things like that, things of that nature. Special summons, Danger Mothmans. Just it can put you in an awkward situation where you have to commit 3 monsters before making 4 Strix, so it's something you have to watch out for. And Called by the Grave protects you from other hand traps like Ash again. You kind of need all the ways to make sure your stuff resolves. And we have 2 rank ups, Soul Shave Force and rank up Magic Force Phantom Knights card. Kind of obligatory. Next for the main trap cards, Floodgate and Gravedigger's Trap Hole. You already know I'm going with this when it comes to things like Rafflesia. 1 Phantom Knight's Raid Raptor Claw, searchable off Boots and Mimicry Lanius, Retrograde, and Flyback. You're still playing Time Thieves, so they're kind of obligatory. Anyway, I will get back to the main deck stuff in just a second. Let me go and slide these bad boys on over and get onto the extra deck. We have Almirage because, well, Parallel Exceed. If you have a normal summon in Parallel Exceed, which happens from time to time, it's there. It basically makes it to where you can make a rank 4. So if you open Chrono, Bezel Ship, it used to be any of the Phantom Knights, you could do it. But now I only play Boots, so you realistically shouldn't be opening it. Gravity Controller, same thing. You make 4 Strix in the EMZ. If it gets hand trapped, you have Parallel Exceed in your hand, just turn it into a Gravity Controller and reveal Parallel Exceed. So essentially these 2 cards are literally they're really just here for Parallel Exceed. So that does show how good Parallel Exceed really is if you're dedicating extra deck slots for it. Bujin Ahashima, again, Parallel Exceed. So with this one, this makes it to where you can play around Nibiru before on your 5th summon before it's even live. So how this works, for those of you who don't know, it takes 2 monsters with the same level. And when you link summon this card, on link summon you summon a level, a monster from your hand and graveyard that have matched levels, and immediately after the effect resolves XC summon. You're typically going to summon Rafflesia, doing that if you have Parallel Exceed in your hand. Doing this allows you to, since it's all on resolution, on your 3rd summon, you know, Parallel Exceed will be your 4th summon, of course, and then you got Akashima summons 5 times, and then immediately XCs. That's all one resolution, so Nibiru is not live at that time. By the time it is, Rafflesia is already stuck. You have Wise Tricks, of course, it's obligatory because you're playing Raid Raptor combo, rank 4 combo, and Rusty Bardiche because you're playing Dark Monsters. Alright, that's it for the links, guys. Now onto the XCs. 1, 2, this is new. We're playing 3 Force Tricks. So, the reason why I bumped Force Tricks up to 3 copies is because the first one is almost always going to get hand trapped. And if it does, and you have a way to extend into a second rank 4, a second Force Tricks, you can grab your Singing Elenia, summon it, and turn both of your Force Tricks into Wise Tricks, summoning your other level 4, and you still can make your last Force Tricks, and you still have full combo. The reason why we need this is because oftentimes you're going to end up in a situation where you summon Wise Tricks, and you have no other rank 4s that you can make before turning into Rusty Bardiche, and you cannot use the monster you summon off Wise Tricks as link material, so you need to XCs, and you don't really want to summon like Redoer or any of that because you want to keep it on field, and things like just Wise Tricks, you still want to get its effect. You want to get the rank up magic. So the third one is literally there for when anything else goes wrong. You have Redoer, Perpetua, you're playing Time Thieves, Dark Rebellion, Xyz Dragon, and Dark Requiem. This is your rank up target to get all the negation effects you want. Cyber Dragon Infinity for Soul Shade Force, Rafflesia for your, you know, just stopping Nibiru and other hand traps. And we have Dweller. I really want this to be, I really think this should be Tornado Dragon. I'm honestly, I've not found myself summoning this in a long time. And there's been so many instances where there's just spells and traps, man. Every deck is playing spells and traps. You know, even like Dragon Lake, you like to hit their Boot Sectors, hit their Dragoonity Lances, you know, Infernobles, you hit Durandals, you hit like all that stuff, man. Like just Virtual Worlds, man. That trap card is deadly if you have no way to get around it. So I'm probably gonna cut this for Tornado Dragon. That's it for the extra deck. Now let's go back to the main deck, guys. So let's go ahead and raise this up. Alright, so there is some things going on. There's a lot of obligatory cards in this deck. Honestly, I don't know if I would call this obligatory, but it is something to attach or Perpetua to give Redoer Disruption. So you have 5 trap cards, right? You have 2 rank ups, and you have Called by the Grave. Okay, you got these Eagle Boosters. This is already 11 cards. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11 cards that you could potentially draw into. That is not a monster card. That isn't a monster that can't start your play. So you're already assuming this is a 48 card deck, by the way, guys. So do bear that in mind as well. Okay, so this is 11. You're already going to anticipate you're drawing at least one of these cards. If you draw into 2 of these, you better draw a special summon. So let me show you guys something here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't even know if I will count this as a true special summon. It involves RNG. let me know in the comments if there's a level 4 you could summon by discarding a card from your hand. You have Galaxy Soldier and Tricky for level 5s. You have Deep-Fried Dragon for level 3s. But what is there for level 4s, man? The only reason I'm playing this is because this is the only level 4 you can realistically summon by discarding a card, but it's RNG, and I don't like that. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, potentially 14, 15 special summons. You need a lot, and I mean a lot of special summons in this deck. Because, think of it this way. So you now have, let's see, 1, 2, and I'll get to these in just a second. You can count these as special summons real quick. Bam. 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 You really don't want to count this as special summon because you want this for your combo. Okay, guys, look at this. These right here are good if you have true special summons, along with Parallel Exceeds, right? Something that I've noticed with this deck. These cards are really, really good if you got going. If you're going, you're in a really good spot. However, if you do not open a true special summon in your hand, these become normal summons, which is really, really bad. This is why I wanted to maximize on the amount of special summons I can make. Again, these all count as additional level 4s. You know, this summons itself, this grabs Hat Tricker, which this is also only good if you have another special summon. You could treat these as special summons like Winder and Tricker and Parallel Exceeds. These are technically special summons. However, if you have no other special summons in your hand, they are normal summons. And this is just flat out dead. So that is the main issue I've had. And so I've really, and then not to mention, opening normal summons like these, you open a combination of these with any of the other like obligatory cards you're playing, you can find yourself getting a lot of wonky hands. That's why I had to really bump up my main deck count and really add in just more special summons so I can dilute drawing these while also making these more live. And I'm honestly thinking about bumping my deck count to 50 and adding in even more special summons. You know, because it's that serious, because you don't just want to see 3 level 4s because hand traps are a thing. You want to see 4 level 4s. You want to be able to consistently put 4 level 4s on field because you need to always be able to make 2 Force Trixes. So, yeah, guys, this is this is something else, man. Like this, and like, hey, and that already doesn't include the fact that you can draw these other normal summons, which, again, Regulator is really good, but hand traps, man, like you need to be prepared to have other special summons with this. And if you want to commit to this effect, you can't use the Tenyi, you can't use Petting Cessor. You know, you can use Dinotherium, but you can't use Kage no Kage, just all kinds of stuff. So it's like, do you really want to roll that dice? You know? Like, yeah, you contribute this off and then reveal the Tenyi, but then you can't summon Petting Cessor, X and Y. You know, this whole shebang. So you get a lot of wonky stuff. You get the idea. So this is why it's important to have a much bigger deck count for this stuff. And again, I'm thinking about just bumping this to 50 outright and calling it a day. But anyway, guys, this is the deck profile. This is version 1, mind you. Version 2 is coming. So look forward to that. So I will see you. Right, folks, did you enjoy it? I mean, this is a long ride with this deck, and I'm still not done because, again, there is a second version coming. So stay tuned for that, guys. You're going to love it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, man. Feedback, any changes. There's still some changes I'm honestly debating on making, but you know, it's just from my personal experience on playing the deck. Yada yada yada. So with that being said, guys, I've kept you guys long enough, so thank you so much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing off.